As you know, part of our tradition, we constantly have virgins who then subsequently join our ranks. We have one such Vestal Virgin tonight from the island of Haiti. I'm just setting up the background. This is Marie GERDA Brown's book. It's heartfelt. I highly recommend it. It's a very interesting point of view from a plain song aspect of witness. I speak thus because I've so far been privileged to delve into these waters a few times and find it very honest and striking, and grateful that she did in fact document it as such. So without further ado, permettez-moi de me présenter Marie GERDA Brown.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Now let me get you here.
Okay.
And frame you cheek.
Okay.
You'll cheat to this. God, skyscrapers and everything. Look at that. So when you read to your left.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Marie Brown, and I'm about to read a few of my poems on chocolate-covered lemons. These poems are very close to my heart, and especially as we all heard about a few days ago, the president of Haiti was assassinated. So all this, put a kind of pain in my heart. This is the country that I love very much, but I came to the realization that I really don't have a country, and from time to time it's very painful, because this is the country where I was born, and my children, this is one of my sons, never been to Haiti. I can even take them to Haiti, and they want to go, they want to see.
Here with you, my love.
Yes, thank you. So it's really heart-wrenching for me that I'm not able, I will probably never be able to go to Haiti. So here I am, thank God for America. At least, I'm welcome here. And although Haiti was the country of my birth, but I came to the realization that this is the country where I belong, the United States, and for that I'm very grateful. So I have a few poems that I want to talk about. The first poem is called Haiti, My Beloved. I will read the poem. Haiti, my beloved, it's been a while since I've seen you. Oh, how I long to see and feel your warmth on my face. Your beauty is incomparable. My only wish is that life's circumstances never cause us to drift apart. Like a lost soul, you've been judged, criticized, and abandoned by many. You've been lost and forgotten. No justice for this beloved country. Haiti, my beloved, today I sat and watched you crumble as an earthquake claimed over 200,000 lives. I saw children stuck under rubble. Families were unexpectedly forced to bury their loved ones. Babies cry out for their mothers. Tent cities and limb amputations became the norm. No peace for this beloved country. With my eyes glued to a television screen, anger and grief overtook me. Tears began streaming down my face as I watched you suffer. I saw your eyes filled with sadness and pain, as heavy-hearted individuals search for loved ones. No joy for this beloved country. While nobody listens, you've cried out to God from valleys, mountains, hills, and oceans. No voice for this beloved country. I witnessed sweat, tears, blood, and death. I saw a nation shook under turmoil. In spite of your trauma, faith and pride remain in abundance as you continue to move mountains. No rest for this beloved country. I looked up, I looked down, I looked north, I looked south, I looked east, finally I looked west with one question in mind: where is the God above? No love for this beloved country. I got down on my knees and cried out to God, "Dear Lord, have mercy on Haiti. Give her justice, give her peace, give her joy, give her voice, give her rest, give her love. O Haiti, my beloved, you will remain in my heart forever." And now you can imagine that I wrote about the earthquake, and now I feel obligated to write more about Haiti because, my question is that how can whoever that came to that White House, how do they manage to come inside a White House? Where was the guards? How do they get into the White House and kill that president? No matter how bad that president was from what people were saying, but nobody deserved to die. He only had 7 months. They couldn't let him finish that 7 months and let him go. They had to assassinate him. So this is also very painful. And okay, I have another poem about Haiti, and this one is called I Dream of Home. I dream of a land far away, where life and nature bring tranquility. The light of day brings peaceful blessings and a smile to an old wretched soul. In this land, love is more than just a dream, and true happiness is not a fairy tale. Yes, I dream of a land far away, a land where boys and girls run carelessly to the open field as their coiled and untamed hair dance rhythmically with the warm summer breeze. Beautiful mocha skin glisten as daylight shines upon their smiling faces. In this land, coconut water gets served as a cool, refreshing drink. The magnificent fruits of the island serve as a flavorful snacks, from juicy mangoes, sweet papayas, mouth-watering pineapples, and sugar cane. Sweet almonds, sour sap, and guavas are in abundance. Rustling leaves from palm trees are caressed by a gentle wind. Colorful and vibrant hummingbirds create melodic tunes for everyone to enjoy. The mist from the nearby waterfalls create a peaceful mood, as the threshing of the water can be heard from a distance. I dream of a bright blue sky and gentle ocean breeze as it embraces my brown skin. I dream of home, for home is where I belong. Okay. Now, I'm going to, I had never talked about this poetry here, this poem. It calls Dear Daddy. I was born in Haiti, as you know. I was not raised with my mother. I was raised with my father. My father left us to come to the United States. So I was back home So as my father left us in Haiti, many things happened to me and my sister. So it causes so much pain that I wrote about this. And also, it's just so painful. The only way that this is like therapy for me. Whenever that I'm going through something, I have to write about it and then release it. So I had to write about this. Every time I think of, although I had good memories in Haiti, but I also had a lot of bad memories in Haiti because the fact that I was not raised with a mother and my father was not around. So I was raised with family members who managed to take advantage of me and my sister. So these are some painful memories. So this poem is called Dear Daddy. Dear Daddy, it's been years since I've seen you. How have you been? The frown on your forehead is deeper than I last remembered. The twinkle in your eyes no longer exists. There are so many things I want to say to you. I miss you, Daddy. I miss the rugged hands that carried me when I fell and scraped my knees. I miss our camping trips. I long to go fishing with you again. Although you were not perfect, you cared for me the best way you know how. You always kept me fed and clothed. Life hasn't been the same since the day you left. In your absence, I've been preyed on. I have been lured to do things I normally wouldn't do. I have been touched in ways that I've never been touched. You left a scar that can never be healed. Mama has not stopped crying. Life for her has been bleak and insufferable. However, she has remained in good faith. She has learned to carry the weight you left behind. She became strong and managed to make a tall glass of sweet lemonade with the lemons that you left behind. Do you ever think about the family you've abandoned? Did you find what you were looking for? I love you, Daddy. Do you still love me? I miss you very much. In my heart, you will always remain my daddy. You can never replace. You are irreplaceable. So, partial of this poem is from my father, and partial of this poem is actually part of my life that I have been raised my kids by myself, or so partial of the fact that my father had left and came to the state. Yes, that happened. And partial of the fact that mama has not been stopped crying. That actually was me. And I'm talking about me, towards my kids, because I raised them by myself and I had to struggle and put them to school and do whatever that I need to do to survive. So this poem hit home. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what else. And I did mention that because of all the struggles and the pain that I suffered throughout my life, I suffered from depression. I didn't learn to love myself. It became a very big struggle for me to accept who I am. And I finally, after a long period of time, I'm learning now to accept who I am, to love myself enough, to love the skin that I'm in, to love the hair that, God created me with. It was a struggle a long time ago to accept that, this is the hair that God gave you. This is the color that God gave you. It was very tough, especially as you've been told enough that, you're not beautiful and you're not you know, this is not the hair color you're supposed to have, this is not the hair texture that you're supposed to have. And it took me a long time, and with God's grace, I learned to accept who I am and to love who I am. And now I'm pushing it into my kids, you know, to make sure that they understand who they are, that they should love who they are. You know, your uniqueness is beautiful, your skin color is beautiful, your hair is beautiful, the curvy body you have is beautiful. You know, no matter how you are, you're beautiful, you know. In God's eyes, you're beautiful, because if you were not beautiful, you wouldn't be here. You know, God made you from his image, so therefore he did not make mistakes. So you are a beautiful human being, you know, from not only from the inside but also from the outside. So it took a while for me to accept the fact that I was beautiful, and now you can't stop me, because I know I'm beautiful. I know who I am now. So I'm going to read about this. Okay. And the name of this poem is called I'm Beautiful Indeed. I'm strong-minded and beautiful. I was blessed with dark mocha skin, coiled hair, full lips, and a curvaceous body. Some may view these traits as flaws, but I prefer to think of myself as a beautiful work of art. I'm a Nubian queen. Come bow down before me. Learning to love and accept my unique qualities was the hardest challenge I had to conquer. As a child, I was made to believe that being black was not beautiful but a curse. Take a good look at me, brother. Will you love me and accept me as I am? Or will you go find you another? Take a good look at me, sister. Will you treat me with respect and integrity? Or will you judge me by my kinky hair and dark-colored skin? At times, we are our own worst critics. My Creator does not make mistakes. As I was created in his image, negative thoughts, words, and action will not break me. I'm equally as beautiful as the next individual. I'm strong and invincible. I am breaking out of my confinement, and the time of bondage is over. Look out, world, here I come. Life has a plan for me, and my destiny has been decided. I'm beautiful. Yes, I'm beautiful indeed. And this one here is called Embracing My Scars. I learned to embrace my scars. I have a scar right here. This scar reminds me of, you know, when I was in Haiti as a baby, I almost died. Okay, my father tells me that story all the time. He managed to leave me in the hospital because he thought I was dead. He said when she died, he told the doctors, when she died, just send a note and let me know. I'll just get her coffin ready so I can bury her. He waited days and days out. No message. And but it's a place in Haiti they're called De Chapelle, and it's the doctors from the U.S. that goes to Haiti as a volunteer to help the people in Haiti, and I happen to be one of the person that they help. You know, if it wasn't for them, I would not be here. So for a long time, I was criticized about this scar. You know, I had to cover it all the time, but now I don't cover it anymore, because you know what? Because this reminds me of how much that God loved me, that I'm able. So every time I look at this scar, I see how God, you know, loved me, and He wanted me to be here. You know, so that's one scar. I have another scar in my belly. This scar is like when I was giving birth to my children for C-section. So actually, it's 4 times that they cut me. So this is another scar. And then I have the scar in my heart. The scar in my heart is the pain that I witnessed from my loves, the loves of my life, you know. So with that being said, this poem is called Embracing My Scars. So I learned to embrace it, I learned to accept it, and with that, I finally come to peace with it, you know, my scars. I'm embracing my scars. Each one has a story to tell, stories that are buried deep within my soul. These bittersweet scars are now part of me as I am of them. They made me the individual that I am today. The one on my neck remind me of my will to live. It became a test from my Creator after I was placed into this world. This test has uplifted me and instilled within me courage and strength. I passed that test with flying colors. I fought my way through this life, and nothing can stop me now. The scar on my lower abdomen remind me of the beautiful seeds that the Creator has buried deep within me. They were handpicked and delivered to me on a grand pedestal. These mini versions of myself are my motivation to continue living in this cruel world. They remain as the most priceless and exquisite jewels of all collected gifts, for which I will always be grateful. The scar in my heart remind me that love can be painful, yet beautiful at times. It possesses the power to put a smile on my face and sadness in my heart the very next moment. It is unique, wonderful, and full of passion. My scars remind me of the past, present, and the bright future that lies ahead of me. What do your scars remind you of? And that's the end. Thank you. Thank you.
Our Vestal Virgin. I told you. Now let me do a close-up again of the book. You are always welcome, my dear.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
This is reality. We are earthlings. The ravages of nature have rendered us in our different appearances. If I didn't have her physical facility and I walked out in the sun, I'd be dead in a day. This is called the miracle of life. And we look the way we do from the reality of where we found ourselves statically placed, though obviously we all came from migrations. We are all Africans, even though we ultimately crossed the Aleutians and went all the way down to the tip of South America. Let me leave you with this thought. Until we finally heal our mother country, Africa, we will never heal ourselves on this planet. It's time to wake up and embrace the unity of consciousness. Marie? Gerda is your maiden name? Gerda. I would have never thought of that as Francais. Brown. My pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.